Right, here we are today with the Champion Chase tournament. Now, we don't have much for this. We do have some Sacred Charge, and obviously the dream would be to get the good old Tin Man. The Tin Woodman, they've called it in Echoes of Oz event for Raid Shadow Legends. Let's take a look at his abilities and see if we can get him today as we pull some shards for the Champion Chase. Before we do, though, you might want to click the link in the description or scan the QR code over in the corner because you'll get all of these champions for free as you level up on a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. So let's take a look at the Tin Woodman then. He has an A1, attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 15% of their max HP. So he heals himself as a defense champ. That's okay. Obviously, you're going to want to build him by defense. So that's going to potentially limit the amount of HP he's going to get from that heal. Let's have a look at the A2. Attacks one enemy, inflicts 10% more damage, and ignores 10% defense for each buff on this champion. Then it directs all other allies to team up and attack the same target. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills. Increases the damage inflicted by allies teaming up to attack the target and their ignore defense effects by 5% and 10% for the other Oz champions for each buff on this champion. Resets the cooldown of the lumber machine skill if the target is killed. So an ally attack skill with a 5-turn cooldown. Pretty good, and some good ignore defense on there as well. And you've got extra damage coming in and 1 cooldown with level 5. Pretty interesting. And then we've got lumber machine. This is the skill that will get reset if you get a kill with the A2. The A3 attacks all enemies. We've got an AoE, nice. Before attacking, places a 30% increased critical damage buff and a 15% shadow buff on all allies for 2 turns. Will ignore 5% of each target's defense for each buff on this champion. Places a revive on death buff on this champion for 1 turn if this attack kills an enemy. Wow, so this is quite a tanky champion that has a bit of support potential as well. That's really quite nice. I think that he could do a lot of damage, but he's also got some good, decent revive on death for himself. He basically stays in the fight for a long time. It kind of reminds me of UDK in a little way. Let's have a look. True Heart, the passive then. Decreases the damage all allies receive by 15%. 30% for the Oz champions, and this champion receives his stat damage instead. If the damage received in this way exceeds 50% of this champion's max HP, places a revive on death buff on this champion for 2 turns. If the damage received in this way exceeds 50% of the champion's max HP, activates the Hewing Axe skill, which is the A1 against the enemy with the lowest HP. If there are multiple champions on the team with a skill, only one will activate. Wow, whenever this champion receives damage via this skill, increases this champion's defense by 10% and stacks up to 100%. So basically, the more you attack this champion, or the more you attack any champion, in fact, the more his defense will go up and up and up until it gets a 100% boost. Really tanky, strong mainstay champion that's going to be alive till the very end. Yeah, I can see him being a bit of an annoying champ to go against, and also definitely having some good value in a lot of areas of content. Right then, will we get him? Well, we only have 5 Sacred Shards with a 12% chance. We got boosted odds today. Maybe we'll get a Legendary if we're lucky. But 10x chance really isn't that great, you know. There's so many Legendaries in the game that adding 10 extra Tin Woodmans into the Legendary Champion pool wouldn't really do massive amounts for us. But we will go ahead. Now, this is a champion chase, so you don't only have to pull shards. If you've got a lot of shards, then go for it, but you might want to save your shards for the upcoming summon rushes. Personally, what I'm going to do is do some shards, and then we got some champions to pull from other sources, including a mythical champion. Jerogen. Interesting. So I'm quite excited to get my hands on my 3rd mythical on this account, and we'll see how that goes in a second. Both the Rancid. The good thing with Sacreds is you're guaranteed to get an epic or a legendary, so the points aren't terrible. Scabrius. Okay, here's our last Sacred. Do we get a legendary? Oh, we do? Oh, who is this? Ghost Ball. Yeah, you can tell by the old design that this guy's been absolutely power crept. I mean, oh god. We got a legendary, which is good for the champion chase. Like I said, you can never really expect to get a champion from the 10x, it's just such a small chance. It's just not really worth hoping for. But if we step out of there for now, what we can do is go to the fragment summon section where we did our previous fusion, and we can finally get our hands on Kamiya, the legendary Kamiya. So that's great. That's more legendary champions added. And we've got Empress. Yes, finally we've got the what is it called? I always forget the name. The Chimera champ, essentially. So let us fragment summon our mythical. We're not going to build him up because I'm still working on building up Garrel, who's got a 5-star perfect soul. But that's pretty cool to see. Okay, 1,000 tournament points there. So now we can go back and see how we're doing in terms of points. We've already got a fair way of the way there by the looks of things. And we'd still need, well, 2,500 points to get this one. I think that would be nice. I'd really like to get the mythical skill turn, but I think that's asking for too much. What we can do is start with doing a 10 pool of ancient shards. Nothing special with the ancient shards going on here, but if we get some epics, that could help get our points up. It's really going to help me decide whether or not I'm going to go for the next fragment or if I'm going to miss one. Let's have a little look again. So if we go to the tournaments, champion chase. Yeah, I mean, it might be that we just go for this one. We shall see. Do another 10 bolt. I'll probably do my voids. Might even do my primals, which is probably not advised. Oh, War Mother. Okay. Today is a day of getting very, very bad. Very, very bad legendaries. I could tell you right now. Looking at the design of this champ, like the old style design, you know it's an old school one. We've got Crimson Pegasus. Look at that. The quality of these characters just goes up and up as time goes on. But hey, a legendary is a legendary in terms of points. That's cool. I'm happy about that. That really might allow us to make more progress than I had first thought. Great. So we might be able to sneak in and potentially get this done. We've got 3 more ancient shards. Fun fact, you can get more shards through the treasure ticket system. The silver tickets can get you ancient shards. You know, 2% chance, not crazy. But let's see. Maybe we can get that because getting like a few more ancients would be nice. I've got a few of these tickets sitting around, so we may as well see what we can do. Energy will go a long way as well with all of these events coming in. We're going to need a lot of energy. That's certainly important. And we've got a void potion there. Okay. A multi-battle. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's only if we're very having a good day that we could expect to get that. Let's be honest. Okay. Well, let's see what else we can get. An XP boost. Okay, so that didn't work out. But we've still got 7 more ancient shards and 4 voids. Let's do the voids and see how that goes. Because voids get you more points overall anyway. And we're going to get a rare 50 tournament points. Okay. Not great, not great. We've obviously got our Demon Lord pulls for tomorrow as well. Let's see what we get here. All right, Doom Screech. Let's do one more Void, and hopefully, like, we can get an Epic, maybe? No? Okay. Oh, look, another Argonite coming in. We've got quite a lot of Argonites now. All right, then, we'll do the Ancients. I was hoping somehow we could squeeze by 3 more Ancients, so we'd have to do it one by one, but we'll do it. We'll see how it goes. Is that 6 tournament points you get for a rare? Is that... Oh, okay, that's 10. You're going to say 6? I don't remember being 6. Okay. Nullhorn. Well, I do hope there's a Tin Woodman guaranteed champion event. Because he's a very cool looking champion. Out of the Wizard of Oz champs, I think Dorothy looks the coolest. But then Tin Woodman and even Scarecrow looks pretty cool. The Lion, you know, I don't know if I'm going to use him much on my account. But we'll go for him anyway. I would like to try and get them all. We managed to do it with the last event. Let's see if we can do it with this one. Right. How close are we then? Let's see. Champion Chase Tournament. We are quite a long way away. So we might not be able to make that, but it's okay. There will be some extra fragments to get our hands on. The dream would be to get Antigone. Oh, we can summon Antigone. Yes, that's great. We do want to do that because that's going to be Epic Void for the champion chase. So why don't we do that? And there we go. That's an extra 350 points. Okay, at least we got the legendary skill tome. And we're fairly close to that. But maybe, like, if we have a look at this, we can go to the tournaments page. Champion Chase tournaments are available for 2 days, 19 hours. Clan Boss might come in clutch over the next couple days. We might be able to squeeze that out. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But let me know how your pulls went. And hopefully you get some good legendaries, unlike whatever we just got. Hold up. Where are they? Where are they? Who did we just get? Ghostborn and War Mother. Yeah, we're starting to get some of the real stinkers. Oh, well. It is what it is. Thanks for watching, my friends. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.